Hey, everybody. Welcome to Lady Overlander Radio. Tonight we're chatting with Tate Davis of Overland Spices. Stay tuned. Grab your favorite drink, whether it's a coffee, cocktail, or tea, and get ready. It's Ladies' Night on Lady Overlander Radio. Lady Overlander Radio is sponsored by Artemis Overland Hardware, Midland Radio, Go Treads, Overland Spices, Wildland Coffee, Timbo Tusk, the Moore Expo, and Adventure Trail Outfitters, maker of the Overland Shower. Want to support Team Lady Overlander Radio in the 2023 Rebel Rally? You can donate to our cause on GoFundMe. Search Lady Overlander Radio, Rebel Rally 2023, and donate. Woohoo! Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to everybody. Hey, Arla. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
We both have our Griswold shirts on tonight.
We are representing the Griswolds.
Yes.
Let's go.
And we're going to be chatting with Tate Davis tonight. How you doing, Tate?
Doing well. How are y'all doing?
Pretty good. Can't complain. So, sitting in my new little cabin here, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Out in the woods.
Yeah. Just getting over the flu, though. That was a fun first week here.
Oof.
Everybody in the whole family got it. It was not a good time.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. No, thank you.
So what have you guys been up to? What have you been up to, Tate?
Oh, trying to get ready for next year. Planning some events, filling up the calendar.
Nice.
Trying to figure out how to make the brand better and brand awareness and being a dad, working full time.
Oh, yeah. Dad
things.
Life.
Yeah.
Husband, dad, all the things.
Entrepreneur, full-time employee somewhere.
What's up, brother?
How's it going, Tony?
So are you guys all ready? Both of you ready all for Christmas? You got everything wrapped and done? And no, me either. I got most of it done.
I'm pretty close. I'm doing really good this year. I'm like responsible adulting it this year, and everything is wrapped except for the stuff I bought today and all the Amazon dump that's coming tomorrow and Friday. Hopefully. But I'm pretty good. Usually I'm up at 2:00 in the morning. Tony and I are wrapping presents and exhausted. And we only have one kid. So.
Ooh, yeah.
That's good. Yeah. My boys are young, so we're not doing like toys this year. That's the plan. So we'll see what happens at Walmart tomorrow and whatever shows up on Amazon the next 2 days.
Right. Good luck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've got one thing that's going to end up showing up after Christmas, unfortunately. But what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So, Tate, why don't you give the audience a little background on yourself, and we'll roll with that first.
Yeah. Well, I'm Tate. If you guys don't know me, hi. I love food. I grew up in Texas. My dad was heavily involved in competition barbecue. So barbecue is my blood. Growing up, he was that guy. He could pour some spice in his palm and, lick it and tell you exactly what was in it. I did not get that gene, but I do love good food. So I've always wanted to own a spice business, but outside of the overlanding community, the spice business is just completely saturated. There's so many, and it's not just saturated. There's so many good products out there that I'm a huge fan of. And so grew up camping also, and then you start getting into this off-road camping, overlanding thing. And it's like, hey, this is a niche. I don't know. How do you guys say it? Is it niche or is it niche?
Niche.
I say it both ways, depending on how I'm feeling.
Yeah, I'm a niche kind of person. But so I'm in this niche community where there's this huge push for, the adventure doesn't have to stop once you get to camp. The adventure can continue. And so that's kind of where the dream kind of became a reality, and really helping. The idea for the blends we created were to be able to have blends that would work over multiple different categories of food, so that you didn't have to take your whole spice cabinet with you when you go camping. So, they're versatile. They can go on one thing or they can go over multiple things. So that's kind of where the dream started and where we're at. So, yeah.
Awesome.
So have you been a camping kind of guy for a long time as well? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I grew up. If I wasn't in a baseball tournament, we were camping. Obviously, it wasn't like we camp now, but and it was those old Coleman pop-up tents with the poles, and it would rain, and your parents would be like, "Don't touch the walls," you know.
yeah.
But yeah, so and then I always had 4-wheel drive vehicles, but I can hear my dad in my head still today. You can go mudding all you want, son, but if you break it, you're fixing it, And so I was always like real cautious, and so still to this day, like if there's an obstacle or a bypass, I'm taking the bypass. Sorry, I just want to get to a cool camp spot and enjoy the adventure there. And once you get there and just hanging out and meeting people and having a good time.
Well, yeah. I mean, especially if you're driving your daily driver,
Yeah.
because that's not a good time.
No.
Nobody wants to do that or put that up.
Yeah, it happened on me 2 weeks ago. We were in the Ozarks by OARC, and we were on a simple trail, and I think 160 miles, 160,000 mile vehicle just needs some TLC, and I did blow a CV axle on the trail. That was fun, but
no.
Thankfully there were people there that were capable and able to help get it replaced. We were able to get it off the trail and back to Birds, but changed it there. So that was good.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Man. So tell us a little bit about your rig build.
Yeah, so I have a fourth gen 4Runner. It's a 2006, the V8. It's got a 3-inch lift on it. Just running 285s. Got some skids, front bumper, rooftop tent. Built out my own drawer system in the back with a dual battery system. And next on the list is a rear bumper with a swing out, so I can actually carry a full-size spare. But yeah, that and then some the maintenance that no one wants to do, like replacing rubber bushings, and I need to re-gear, and I'd rather spend $3,000 on other things, but it needs to be done.
Yeah, I got a swing out bumper. I got an AFN one. It's okay.
Nice.
It's for the most part, it's pretty good. I
Yeah.
do have a little bit of rust I started seeing on it.
Mhm.
I wasn't super happy about that, but other than that, it's been working pretty well.
Yeah. I like there's a company out now called Ascend Fabrication.
Mhm.
They have a rear bumper that is like cross compatible with the 4th gens, 5th gens, and the LXs. I really like that design because it's a single swing out, not a dual swing out, which is what I want.
Gotcha.
And I've seen a couple others, but after reading and stuff, there's minor quirks that I don't love. But you're spending that kind of money, I want to make sure it's right.
Yeah. I mean, my latches are pretty touchy, so sometimes if I don't get them, slammed shut just right, they'll pop open on me, and when I'm driving down the road, and I've got to stop and take care of that. And but good times.
Mm-hmm. Always
So
part of the adventure.
What kind of rooftop tent you running?
I have an iCamper SkyCamp 2.0, and I love it. I bought it used, and if I had to buy a tent tomorrow, I would buy one brand new. I tell people all the time, they thought of everything, all the little things that the other brands didn't think of, iCamper did think of.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows. It's superior. I'm a fan.
I am as well. I have a 3.0 on mine.
Nice.
So
Tony
loving it so far.
He loves it on his Gladiator. So
does your 3.0 have those fancy windows that are like a blind where you can just pull the one cord and they pull up? That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Good stuff. Okay. So where around here is your favorite place to camp, or do you not normally camp around here?
Oh geez. So we went 2 weeks ago we had a little Christmas party there in the Ozarks, and I'd been a few times before, but not really done much for trails. And of recent, anytime I'm in the Ozarks, I'm working. So this last weekend was really my first weekend to go and explore, and then blew the CV axle. So yeah. So that night we ended up camping at Birds, which is whatever, And then the night before we camped just down the road from Birds, right off the Mulberry River, which was a cool spot. But done a lot around Oklahoma. My favorite place as of yet is probably on the river in Tahlequah. It's a paid spot. It's a big canoe spot, but it's you pay for it and you're like, I don't want to pay for this. But then you pull out onto this gravel bar and it's like, okay, I can pay for this.
This is worth it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I need to get up there with you guys. I see Tony and people always posting pictures like on the water on the Buffalo, and I'm like, I need to go there. So definitely this next year, that's the goals, is to get out, because I'm just north of Tulsa. So it, like, to be to Birds from my spot is like only 3.5 hours. So it's close enough to make a nice weekend, but far enough to make a nice trip of it. So
yeah,
definitely going to prioritize getting out there some more in between going to expos. So
yeah, I'm about
have
3
to come up
minutes.
to Tahlequah though.
Yeah.
Pick up that gravel bar.
Oh,
do you canoe? Any? Do you do any?
I don't. I want to. I've hung out and gotten to know Eric and Anthony with Whiskey and Wilderness. Have y'all heard of Whiskey and Wilderness?
Yeah, nice guys.
Yeah, super cool. Eric is all about kayaking, and so he's trying to get us out on the Buffalo and the Mulberry and kayaks. So I'm like, I'm down for the adventure, but it's got to be warmer. I don't want to fall out of a kayak and get hypothermia. He's like, you won't fall, and I'm like, yeah, you don't know me.
Never
Yeah,
say never.
it's bad enough when you fall out when it's a little warmer. This would be like, no, thank you.
No, I'm out.
When it's hot.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Gilbert?
The gravel bar spot that Joey took us to in Gilbert. That's a pretty awesome spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, love that one.
Misty's over by a river. She's gonna be doing some canoeing.
I'm right by the Little Buffalo and the Buffalo.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Very excited about that.
Hey, Ben.
Hello, Ben. Thanks for watching. So tell us about how Overland Spices came to be. How did you come up with all that whole concept?
Well, again, just back to my roots of food. I had a buddy that was kind of in the overlanding scene, and he had the expensive, jet boil base camp system, and he would flip it out to cook hot dogs and chili dogs. And it's like, man, come on. A chili dog has its place, but you don't need your Coleman, or you don't need that jet boil system to cook a Coleman or cook a hot dog,
Yeah.
And so then there was this push. I started noticing there was this push that you don't have to go to camp. You're not going to camp to just survive. Like, you're not really roughing it. None of us are roughing it.
No, absolutely not.
And so there's this big push with all the influencers. Like, you don't have to just cook basic stuff when you get to camp. You can actually cook a good quality meal. And again, I'm a spice guy anyway, so I've always got a bunch of different spices with me. But a lot of people aren't like me. A lot of people aren't like the influencers. They do want to camp and they do want to cook good meals, but they may not have all the spices with them all the time. And so that's where the dream was like, hey, if we created these blends that were versatile, it can be used multiple different ways, then let's do that and capture some of that market that I think we can take off in. And then it had to be branded well. The creative, my wife is super creative. Half of this is her like creative wording in the verbiage of the descriptions and stuff. It has to be fun, people ask what makes it Overland Spices. It's like nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. It's just
our proprietary blends make it Overland Spices.
We're catering to that market.
Tell them.
Catering to that market.
Exactly. Yeah. This market is just a giant community that wants to support one another. And I mean, we're coming on our 1-year anniversary and we've almost shipped to every state in the country. Like, that's incredible. People have been super supportive, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Super excited.
Well, I mean, and you brought up a good point. If you can take just 2 or 3 different really good blends, you don't have to take your whole spice cabinet, and you've got a lot of different options. And one thing I like about Overland Spices is it's very versatile. You can use the spice blends on a lot of different things, So why don't you go through really quickly some of the different blends that you have?
Yeah, so right now we have 3. We have triple locked. It goes over everything. It's a salt, pepper, garlic blend. It has a little bit of red pepper flake in it. You can put it on hamburger Arla's a fan on a hamburger. You name it: potatoes, vegetables, eggs, fish. Snorkel is a fish and seafood blend, but it's not like a Cajun blend. It actually has a chicken base to it. So it honestly, I mix it with triple locked on just about everything. Potatoes, vegetables, eggs. It's even good mixed on steak.
Yum.
And then obviously it's good on just seafood, shrimp, fish. And then the Intense is more of a barbecue-y rub. When you taste it in your palm, it's kind of sweet with a little kick to it. But when you cook it, that sugar kind of melts down and it turns out to be a lot more level. It's more of like a, again, anything pork. If you want to do any kind of like stir fry or Asian food, Chinese food, goes good on those things. So those are the 3 we have now. We hope to have one more by more, but I don't know if we're going to land that and the bigger bottles by then. So for sure next year, just not sure exactly when we'll release our 4th flavor.
Well, that's the next thing I was going to talk about is the bigger bottles you mentioned earlier. Why don't you show the audience what they're in for?
So here's the normal bottle. They are 3.6 ounces. And here is what we plan to release by More Expo, at More Expo.
Nice.
This actually is, I don't know the exact ounces, but I know it holds 3 bottles of triple locked.
So it's probably around 10.
That's been our biggest complaint, if you will, is we need bigger bottles. Especially if I want to try to capture any kind of the market outside of Overlanders. It's a small bottle for the house. So I think that will help in both markets. So, yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You can keep the bigger bottles at home and then take the smaller, more compact bottles with you when you go camping. So,
For sure.
Yep. That was the idea behind the small bottles, is just leave them in your camping rig. So, yeah.
Tony says great on eggs and popcorn.
Which one do you eat on popcorn, Tony?
What are you using on popcorn, Tony?
They mentioned it in their podcast, but he didn't say which one they use on popcorn. I like Snorkel on popcorn. It's really good.
I'm thinking he said triple locked. But maybe he'll answer us here, because I think he posted that when we were talking about triple locked. Let's see. Butter and Snorkel. I was incorrect.
Butter and Snorkel.
Yeah, it's good.
See, I'm going to have to go make some microwave popcorn, the extreme butter, and then put Snorkel on it now.
Do it.
Got me
or, now just hear me out. Since we're doing the podcast, I think Tony should make you some and have it ready for you when we're done.
Yeah.
I know.
When you're done, it only takes a few minutes. You could have it in a few minutes.
You could actually have it live on air.
Yeah.
Tony, make her some popcorn.
Chop, chop.
Chop, chop.
2.5 minutes. Hit the popcorn button.
So what are some of your favorite camp meals to prepare when you're out there? Do you
have any
it depends.
Favorites? It depends if I'm cooking for just me and my family or if I'm cooking for a crew. Usually I am cooking for everybody. I have a very simple recipe that everyone loves, and I call it Cajun-ish pasta. It's andouille sausage with some shrimp, and then I pull that off after I do a little triple locked and Snorkel. Pull that off, and I'll saute like bell peppers, squash, and zucchini. And then I'll pull that off and then make depending on how many people I'm cooking for, just a big box of mac and cheese. Wade's had it. And then mix it all together. And it's fantastic. It goes a long way. It's super simple to make, and it's delicious.
I'm getting hungry.
Wade is definitely a fan.
Yes.
Wade likes it.
Yeah.
I can tell you most of us probably eat better when we're out camping or on the trail than we do at our own house.
Definitely.
Usually it's such a hustle and bustle of being home and home life and adulting and stuff that when you get out there, you get to really do the good stuff.
Yeah. If it's just me, it's a ribeye all day, every day.
Tony too.
Yeah.
Ribeye and some fried potatoes. He's going to go, and some asparagus.
Sold.
Delicious.
Sold.
Yeah, the first time I camped with Arla and Tony, they brought crab legs, so they bougie.
We did crab boil.
Well, I'll be awaiting my invitation to your next camp out.
Always invited, dear. Always invited.
That's awesome.
That's Tony's thing. He likes to do that. It's shrimp and crab and potatoes and corn.
I've never
It's
done
awful.
crab boil. That sounds fantastic.
Awful.
I bet.
Awfully good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm shocked though. The snorkel has been my least sold blend. The reason is because people don't like seafood.
I love seafood.
What is wrong with people?
I was going to say maybe here in the Midwest, but in Florida, we're all about seafood. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I've had to kind of
crab
change
legs over anything.
Change my pitch. Like it's good on everything. It's not just seafood, you know. Then they try it and they're like, "Oh, that's good."
Yeah.
So,
Does it have a little bit of a blackened type season as well, or is it more?
No, it's really strong. Like, have you ever cooked with like the cube chicken bouillon cubes?
Mhm.
Like you dissolve them in water. That's what the base of it is. So it's got it's a strong punch of that chicken flavor, which is weird that it goes on seafood, but it just goes well. A lot of people have said you need to make a Cajun, and I'm like Cajun blend. I'm like, A, I'm not Cajun. B, I don't want to be claimed Cajun. I love Cajun food. It's probably up there with steak in my favorite book, but there's too many good Cajun blends out there that I don't even want to try to compete with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this new blend you were talking about, can you tell us anything about it? Like, can you spill any beans?
Well, let's do it this way. What is the most common thing people cook at camp besides steak?
Chicken or burgers, I would say.
Tacos.
We'll
leave it at that.
Okay. Legit. Okay. I like it.
Tacos are super easy.
Yeah.
I cook all kinds of stuff at camp.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'll be over at your booth bothering you for that.
That's going to be in the big bottle too, if you can help it, right? Okay, good.
Yeah. So the goal is to have that and bigger bottles by more, but I'm looking at a lot of money to do that all by more. So for sure, bigger bottles by more. And then the taco blend will probably come shortly after.
Now, are you going to do a cooking competition at More since you've started this recently, doing those at some of the expos?
I don't know. I need to talk to Chris about it and see. Because the vibe for More this year is going to be even better than it was last year. Them going from, I've been to all of the More expos, to that one little side, then to both sides, then to both sides and outside. And now he has the entire facility.
So big. Yeah.
And he's really pushing that push to get people to camp on site. So I think that would be beneficial with them camping on site. But I haven't talked to him about it yet. I need to. Hey!
Yay! Good job, Tony.
You can decide what you like.
Yeah.
Man.
I think he gets
we represent up in this house. Here we are.
Right on.
That's awesome.
We
can tell which one's their favorite.
Get them. All of them. Spinning it around slowly.
Mine are in my rig.
Why are y'all not buying that one? Right there.
Snorkel. Buy it.
Now my dog's in here with us. This is going to get crazy.
So I think what we're going to try to do after we do our little mid-podcast break is we're going to try to do a giveaway. Tate has a set of these spices that he wants to do a giveaway with. So we're going to come up with how we're going to do that live on the air. And so if you are watching, tell others to watch because, like I said, after our midpoint break, we're going to do a giveaway. And if you're not watching, then you won't hear this, but later on you're going to be sad because you missed out. So I don't know what to tell you. You should watch.
On your popcorn.
And Arla's having her popcorn now.
With Snorkel.
Now I'm hungry. How is it?
Pretty damn good.
There you go.
Pretty happy.
When Arla's happy, Tony's happy. Everybody's happy.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's right.
I like the little kick to it. It's got a little bit of spice.
So other than More, what other events are you planning on hitting in 2023?
Oh man. For sure all the locals, More, Big Iron, Rendezvous. And I don't know what I'm supposed to say yet, but we're in for Expo West in Phoenix.
Nice.
Yes, which is huge. And hopefully all of the expos except for Oregon. I don't think we're doing Oregon, but we're going to try to do the other 3.
Yeah. So we have a little bit of an announcement as well. We're going, one or both of us are going to be at the Southeastern Expo in Florida. We're going to go to
nice.
Expo West. We're going to be at More Expo, and we may do Pacific Northwest. We'll be doing a ladies roundtable discussion / class at each one of those expos.
Mhm.
So
Big Iron.
pretty excited about that. We're going to go to Big Iron. We're also going to be in the Rebel Rally.
Oh, nice.
So Arla and I got a busy year coming up.
Yeah, you do. That's fun.
We jet setting,
Woo!
earning them airline miles, and
Need to win the lottery.
Doing
Need
all
to
the
win
things.
it soon.
I'll put in a good word.
yeah,
Ma'am. Time
Yeah.
and money. It's all it takes, people. Time and
Yeah.
money.
mostly money. Mostly
Mostly
yeah.
money. Huh.
But it's
Wouldn't
it's
go
nice
down.
because they have it's pretty expensive to enter the rally, but it's nice because they break it up to where you can pay over time.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that's and then we're both we're splitting it, so
That helps.
it's not as horrific. But
Yeah. So
We're
what?
crazy. We're crazy.
I bet there's so many questions going through my head about this rally. I'm so excited for you guys.
There's so many questions in my head about this rally.
I mean, what sparked you guys to do it?
Misty.
well, one of us, not me, is going to be turning 50 this next year. So
Oh, I did hear about that.
I
did
thought
hear
it'd be a
about
good
that.
Damn, man.
oh, what?
She didn't
Not me.
say it was
How
you.
far
She just
behind
said
me,
it wasn't
Heifer Sue?
her.
So I thought that'd be an awesome, way to celebrate 50 years on this planet. So
Absolutely.
I convinced her to do it, and now she thinks we're crazy.
That's awesome. So what is your goal? Like do you want to, are you like in it to win it? Or are you guys just in it for the experience, or just
A
want to
little bit
finish?
of both. Like we talked about that we definitely want to do our best and give it our best, and we definitely want to be competitive. But if it gets to the point where we're like, okay, we're a soup sandwich, we're not competitive, everybody's way ahead of us, we're just gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Want to finish.
We definitely want to finish. We definitely want to do well,
Yeah.
but we're not going to be super mad at ourselves if we don't. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah.
We
That's
had
good.
friends of ours that competed in 22 this past October. Katie and Lisa, Wild
Yep.
Mavens, and that's another guest of ours has been in it several times. That was Carrie Porter.
Mhm.
But watching Lisa and Katie go through it, and you can also, there's a link where you can follow the journey, follow
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Just kind of piqued interest and talking about it, and then Misty's like, "Hey,
Let's do it.
so I was thinking,
Let's do something crazy.
yeah, let me just talk to you about something." I always go, "Oh God,
There we go.
I'm scared." And I
Yeah.
was like, I looked at her like, "Okay, let's do it." I don't know.
My husband, it feels the same way. Like he says, I'm the one with the crazy ideas. Like 2 years ago during a pandemic, hey, let's buy a restaurant in Arizona.
Oh,
And so we did that. And I do crazy things like that. I'm
That's fun,
very
then.
spontaneous sometimes.
that's good. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Crazy.
we're gonna do a lot of planning. There's a local little outdoor store there closer to Arla that gives classes on land navigation. So we're gonna
Oh,
go
nice.
take that.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
do a
They're
lot of
on-
driving.
They're here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. They're called Pack Rat Outdoors. They've been
Oh,
open
yeah.
many years, but they're a small,
Yeah.
small business, local business or whatever. Very cool place. So if anybody ever gets in Northwest Arkansas, go by there instead of going to Cabela's or Bass Pro or something.
Yeah.
And check them out because they got some really cool stuff.
Very cool. Very nice people in the store. Very helpful. The manager, I spoke to her for probably 30, 40 minutes. So when the conversation starts off with just hear me out. Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
Tony.
Just hear me out. That's how she always starts. Just hear me
listen
out.
to this and
Oh,
let's see what you think. Yeah.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're
For
going to
sure.
take a quick break and hear from one of our sponsors, and then we'll be back and we'll do the giveaway. So stay tuned.
Do you ever wish your morning coffee was easier to make, yet still tasted great? How frustrating is it when you use a French press and you have to clean it up, or God forbid, you have to drink instant coffee? Wildland Coffee puts delicious, freshly ground coffee into tea bags. You might be thinking, that can't be good. Hear me out though. It tastes just like a French press, but has all the ease of tea. All you need is hot water, and you have an amazing cup of coffee with no mess or cleanup. Use code LADYOverland10 to get 10% off your first order at www.wildlandcoffee.co.
Yay!
There
And we
you have it.
also have an affiliate link for Overland Spices as well. I'll post that on this video when I go to post it everywhere. And feel free to use our link to purchase Overland Spices and Wildland Coffee and all kinds of yummy things. We have all kinds. We like food and drink, so we have a lot of sponsors that,
That's awesome.
we can popcorn. Arla, I'm jealous. I don't have any.
Your husband name is cool. I don't know.
No, he actually is making dinner. He's not making popcorn right now, but
That's funny.
he's a good guy.
I think for more, what I need to do is just rent one of those giant popcorn machines.
Yes.
Heck,
That's a good
yeah.
idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna write that one down.
All right, so how do we want to do this giveaway? Let's see. We have, I don't know if there's something going on with YouTube or if nobody's watching right now on YouTube, but we don't have anybody that's popping up on from YouTube. Most everybody's Facebook. So let's see. Whoever comes up with the most creative dish, one pot dish for camping, that's who we'll give it to.
Nice.
What do you think? So if you guys are watching, go ahead and comment your most amazing dish that you can make in one pot at camp.
Oof. Nice.
Yeah, give them
One
some time
pot
for
dish.
that. One pot dish at camp.
Tomorrow's gonna be a one pot kind of dish because it's gonna be super cold here.
Mm-hmm.
In the negatives. Today's the first day of winter, and she's coming in cranky.
Full force.
I would say she's coming in hot, but she's not. She's coming in cold.
She's just really moody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we bought. I'll show you guys. We bought a bunch of firewood.
Yeah.
In case we got our little
nice.
stove there.
In
case we lose power or anything, we've insulated and covered up a bunch of stuff outside, and we'll see how it goes. We
got our generator.
Never been in negative temperatures before, so
welcome to Arkansas.
Yeah. Well, when I was stationed in Maine, it only ever got to 0 when I was there.
Ooh. Here's Kitty. Hi, Kitty.
I haven't done negative. Let's see. Egg and sausage burritos.
Burritos with some Overland Spices, of course. We're chili in the Dutch oven with cornbread. I'm coming to your house, Kitty.
Kitty, that sounds delicious.
This sounds great.
Tomorrow, some chili sounds amazing. Hey, girl, hey. Yeah, that's good. Now I want chili tomorrow. Maybe I'll make chili tomorrow.
That's a great idea.
Chili.
I get cabin fever very fast. Not lying. will bake and just, oh my God.
I got cabin fever in my cabin. So last week when we were sick. So yeah.
Just rub it in.
Oh, let's see. May have to make some beer bread tomorrow. Yes.
That beer bread is so good.
Let's go. It's gonna be Fat Albert time in my house. I'm not lying.
I've never had beer bread. What is beer bread?
Oh, Tony, you got to make this man some beer bread.
I mean, I've had like beer battered fish, but no beer bread. I'm intrigued.
It's delicious. It's nice and
delicious.
Sweet and it's so good. It's really dense.
He says, dude.
It'd be even better if he walked in your door with a plate of it in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, maybe. I think it takes.
I don't know if you can throw that together and bring it in here like you did the popcorn.
That's funny.
Which is pretty amazing with the snorkel on it.
All right. Well, so far, Kitty's our only one in the running here.
Ain't nobody gonna challenge her? Instead of water, you add beer.
What kind of beer? Or does it matter?
Don't matter.
I feel like it should matter.
I don't carry any pots. I only use my griddle for everything.
Good luck, everyone.
Brats cooked with beer.
That sounds good.
Man.
High life. Oh, goodness, Tony. Classing it
I
up.
like
It doesn't matter.
it. Okay, good. Good.
Use a Bud Light. Who cares?
It is good. It's delicious.
Okay. I'm gonna have to try it. Super intrigued now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a few weeks ago when I was
Beer
there,
bread.
Tony made some chicken noodle soup and then the beer bread.
He
Oh
calls
yeah.
it this homemade chicken noodle stoop. Stoop. Mm-hmm. Just kidding. I use whatever.
He's just saying he's just kidding because we're giving him heck of a.
Beer brats are delicious. I can't do this food the whole time. I'm just gonna eat my popcorn. Y'all talk.
I
All
know.
right, Amanda. So we have a little contest going on right now. We're giving away some Overland Spices.
Mm-hmm.
So to list your favorite one pot dish that you make at camp.
Where's Amy Marler at? I ain't seen her chime
I
in. She needs to be a
know.
part of this.
I've heard
Yeah,
they're good cooks.
You heard what?
I've heard that they're good cooks. The Marlers.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Her and Chris are
Chris throws
definitely good.
down on the Blackstone.
I've heard.
He does.
I've heard.
It's pretty epic.
That Rito? Oh man.
That's awesome.
Oh, just went over to their place every time.
I don't blame you. I should have
amazing.
done that.
Oh yeah. I think we all ended up over there at one point or another, chowing down.
Smash burgers.
Delicious.
Mm.
Ooh.
Mm. So
Oh.
good. Oh,
Tony's, what did he say?
Tony
here?
makes ribeye, potatoes, and asparagus in one pan. That is accurate.
Yum.
Cast iron. Sure
Yeah.
does.
Good.
Amanda, my go-to camping one-pan meal is steak strips, onions, bell peppers, mushrooms, and spinach sometimes, and spices. Of course, I make up my own for now. I need some Overland. Yes, you do need Overland Spices, girl. I mean, come on. Let me get
All
this.
right.
That sounds delicious.
Girl, come on. Let's get it. Buy all
So we
these.
got egg and sausage burritos with some Overland Spices or chili in the Dutch oven with cornbread. We have ribeye, potatoes, and asparagus in one pan, and then we've got the steak strips, onions, bell peppers, mushrooms, and spinach. Oh gosh, all of that
just
sounds
sounds
good.
good.
Mmm.
Tony says Yahtzee.
It's going to be a tough choice.
Yeah, who's picking? I'm not picking. Y'all are picking.
Oh, you are picking.
No, I'm not picking.
Yeah, we can't pick. We run the
I'm
podcast.
snacking.
We're like,
That's funny.
This is a
Okay.
show you gotta have
Snacking.
popcorn.
She's
and we
hooked.
personally know some of these people, so you've got to pick.
For
Okay.
breakfast, I throw some eggs on it and grill an English muffin. Woo-hoo.
Mm.
Woo-hoo. Man.
Versatile meal. You can
Sounds
add
like
to
we
it.
need
You can
Camp
take
with
some of your
Amanda, too.
leftovers and throw that in. Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give everybody a few more minutes to see if anybody else wants to add a recipe in. So what we're doing, guys, is we're giving away some Overland Spices,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to tell us what a one-pot meal that you can make at camp, your favorite one-pot meal, the best thing you got, and go ahead and post it in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
And Tate's going to pick the winner and send them some Overland Spices.
No pressure,
So,
Tate.
No
see what
pressure.
I did there, Tate?
I did. Threw me right out there.
Threw you
For
right
sure.
under the
The new
bus.
spice comes out before more. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ready.
I'm excited about that.
Me too.
Well, what do y'all think? Would y'all rather see the new blend first or the bigger bottles first?
New blend.
New blend?
Well,
Mhm.
see, I personally would
care
rather
about the
see the
bottle.
new. I'd rather see the new blend,
Okay.
but I bet you a lot of people are waiting for those bigger bottles. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
New blend all the way.
We'll see.
I mean, because ain't nobody gonna carry big bottles when they go camping.
I don't know.
These are
You'd be
perfect.
surprised.
These are perfect. We'll worry about the homestead after we get the new blend. That's all I'm saying.
That's awesome. That's funny.
I
I
like
tend to agree with your logic a lot.
Hear me
Though,
out. Just hear
however
me
flawed it may be, I do tend to agree with her logic a lot.
I'm not
so.
saying it's perfect, but
out. That's funny.
So I just want to tell you, Arla, that Sadie's tail, it looks like you have a tail.
she's eating popcorn with me.
She's wagging her tail. I bet she is eating popcorn with you.
She's right here. Sadie,
Aw.
you want to say hi? Here. Come here. Look. Here, say hi. There's Sadie.
Good girl.
Mhm.
That's the baby of the family.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Big
funny.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got lots of expos coming up. You've got a new bottle size coming out. You got a new blend coming out. That's pretty awesome. What else do you got in store for 2023?
Oh, I don't know, just brand awareness, meeting a lot of people, getting out and really getting out and just being. But with the 5-year-old and the 2-year-old, it's tough. But they are getting to the age where Liam, the 5-year-old, he enjoys it a lot. But Remy is 2, and he has 2 handfuls always. So he loves it out. He loves to be outdoors, but it's exhausting.
Yeah.
So try to find a balance there, but we'll see with getting to these expos how much we're able to actually get out. For sure, do some local stuff. We're working with a couple groups here in Oklahoma, Wonder, Oklahoma, and Okie Overland to plan out some trips within Oklahoma. We have a meeting next week about that, so I'm not real sure if we're going to do those quarterly or monthly or what. But the idea is just to go and get out and not let all of the small things stop me from getting out, like needing to replace this or needing to do this or, just going and exploring. And I'm a huge fan of building your rig out as you go. Like I can't tell you how many people I've seen. They have to have all the things and then they go on their first trip and then they change everything.
Yep.
Sure.
Just go. However you have your setup, rig, whatever, just go, explore, figure out how you want to set your rig up, and then start working on it, and then go again, and then adjust. And so,
yeah, I'm constantly rearranging where things are in my rig, and you go and you figure out what works and what doesn't, and what you really don't need.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an evolution, and it takes time. But yeah, you're right. You should never not go because I don't have a, fan, or I don't have a diesel heater. I don't have a big top of the line toilet potty thing or what. Just go.
Yeah.
You really don't need all that stuff. I mean, it's nice. It's sometimes, don't get me wrong. I know there's some people that will not go anywhere without their diesel heater. But
Man.
I've had mine for three years now, and everyone's like on the Facebook pages, they're like, "How do you guys store your tent for the winter?" And I'm like,
"Store your tent
on top of my car."
Camping season for me. I mean, we love it. It's the diesel heater has allowed us to camp through the winter. Like
it'll run you right out of the tent.
It will. And I got a new one this year, and we cranked it up 2 weeks ago only because the boys were with me, and we had it on a setting 1. And I think it got down to the mid 40s, maybe high 40s. And we had it on a 1, and we had the sunroof on the tent open and both windows open.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy.
Yeah. No, we've never had any heaters. We've just always taken the 0 degree sleeping bags and layered with wool blankets and layered up on clothing.
Yeah.
But the part that stinks about that is when you have to get up in the middle of the night and go out and, do your business.
That and the condensation. There's nothing worse than packing up a frozen condensated tent.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if you've got a hard shell or soft shell. It's just terrible.
Yep, for sure. What's that Amanda
say? That happens
say?
With like Mr. Buddy heaters and stuff. What does what say?
What did Amanda say there?
She's changed her setup a few times, and now she's down to a pretty simple setup, and it stays on her trailer that she just built ready to go.
I would say most of my stuff stays in my
I did. I camped in 28 degree weather in West Virginia with my heater.
Oh yeah.
And my kid.
She's probably like a little mini heater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yep. It snowed on us and everything.
That sounds like fun.
So there, Misty.
I've camped in colder than that with no heater.
But you be making fun of my heater.
Hey, you know what? I'm not making fun of nobody. You guys want a heater? Use a heater.
Where was Tony? Where was Tony during that trip?
Yeah.
On Porker's couch, not in his tent.
Nope.
I was in mine.
You're the only one that actually camped outside, didn't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tough girl.
Sure did. Sure did. Moving blankets are great for insulation. That's a good one.
Ooh.
That's a good idea.
I may put that under my mattress in my iCamper, a moving blanket.
And more insulation.
I got to try that out.
Do y'all use the stock mattress in your iCamper?
No.
Okay, good.
I got a air mattress for it. That's the
Okay.
real thin one.
The iCamper one or just a different one?
No, a knockoff one.
I
Okay.
bought Tony the iCamper one for his
Tony has
2.0 on his Gladiator, but I have a self-inflating air mattress
Cool.
in my tent also.
Yeah.
Which
That's
is
what
not
I
an
have.
iCamper.
Life changer.
Oh,
Gotta jump off our son. Oh, Lord have mercy.
you threw it up there, girl. Oh,
Get ready to take boys are gross.
Yes, they are.
She's so freaking funny.
But I love it. I take the boys.
I've known Kitty
being
a long
girls.
time. We went to school together and graduated together. Isn't that funny?
Oh, wow.
Just a couple years ago, huh?
Oh, sorry. He has the 3.0 hun. Sorry, babe.
Yeah, don't knock him. He's better than a 2.0. He's got the 3.0.
Bougie and stuff.
Baby.
My husband has the 2.0.
I was looking
Okay,
the other
Tate.
day. Go ahead.
What do you think? Who do you think we're going to pick?
Oh,
Are you ready to choose?
I like Amanda's meal with the steak strips and the mushrooms and the peppers. That's my pick.
All right.
There you go, Amanda.
See. Amanda, steak strips, onions and bell peppers, mushrooms, and spinach. Mm-hmm.
And then she throws it in with eggs when there's leftovers and puts it on an English muffin for breakfast.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's
Baby.
That's pretty delicious. I agree.
What bow spice goes well with yellow onions?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, Jay, don't do that on here.
Yellow onions.
That's funny.
Is that an inside joke?
Yes,
Correction, Overland Spice.
Uh-oh.
It's a terrible inside joke that is off air worthy.
Okay.
Jay,
Yeah.
what are y'all talking about?
No, we're not talking about it on live. Jay,
Jay, don't be getting us in trouble now.
Jay didn't post his recipe. He won part of the cooking competition with his can cooker sausage and potatoes. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
What the heck, Jay?
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
go ahead and post up that recipe.
Amanda decided that she won. Jay be laughing.
Woohoo!
Amanda, you need to send in your address and stuff, babe, so we can get that out to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to love it. Put the
I'll ship it
snorkel
out
on your
tomorrow.
popcorn.
Yeah. It's delicious.
Snorkel in the popcorn and
Mm-hmm.
steak strips and all the goodies, all the veggies. Mm. Yum.
So, what do y'all cook on at camp?
Well, here's the thing.
Oh.
Here's the thing. I don't cook when I'm camping.
You cook at home and Tony cooks at camp?
Now, why, Arla? Why is that? Why don't you cook whenever you're out camping? Because she
why,
cooks at
Arla?
home.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the deal. So there, it's out there. I don't care if y'all know or not.
That's awesome.
So-
I don't cook when we camp.
Tony, her husband, cooks on the scuttle. They've got the Blackstone. They take sometimes if they're going on big things. What else does he cook on?
He's got that little thin. He says it depends. I'm gonna say this wrong. He's gonna correct me. It's like a G. Is it GCI? It's
GSI, the Pinnacle
GSI.
Pro.
Yep, GSI. We got the little GSI cooker. It's super thin, real compact. It's cool. So several options.
Yeah.
Misti's a cooker though. Joe's a cooker.
We have a scuttle. We don't use the scuttle super often. We have a camp chef in a pull-out drawer in the back of Joe's Jeep. And then I've got a little, what do you call those things? We were just talking about them earlier too. Jet boil.
Oh.
So
we have a jet boil also. Amanda likes her Coleman stove. She's 6, old school. You go, girl.
There you go.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
I've cooked on the scuttle a couple times, and I cannot. There's a learning curve that I have not figured out.
There is.
I've got a buddy, Kyle. He loves his. He also won it on a Blue Line Overland raffle for $10. But
nice.
Yeah.
It's a learning curve. I'm a huge fan of my Trail Fire grill. I love it. It's fantastic. But that, and I've got the jet boil also.
Yeah.
Speaking
I just
of
got
Blue
the jet
Line,
boil not too long ago.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Blue Line, I won our scuttle on that.
Oh, nice.
$30.
Heck
And then
yeah.
I won my Free Spirit tent for $120.
Nice.
That's a $4,000 tent.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
cool.
2 weeks in a
Man.
row I won. It'll never happen again.
That is crazy.
I love that.
I need to start doing more of them.
Come on, people.
Yeah. I need to do them with you guys too, because I won the Midland Radio. That's awesome.
That's right.
Yep. And you won the Midland Radio.
And we've
Yeah.
got one more 575 to give away. So
Sure
we'll
do.
be doing a raffle on that one as well. So
Yeah.
They're sitting back there.
did you use it when you went out a few weeks ago or
I
last
did.
week?
And
Yeah.
I don't know that I didn't wire it up correctly, but I'm getting like mega feedback.
Oh,
Someone said it maybe because I had the 275, I had the ghost antenna.
Mm-hmm.
And so I left the antenna, and someone said they had trouble with the ghost antenna on the 575.
Really?
So I haven't really messed with it anymore since then, but I need to figure it out. It wasn't bad whenever I was actually like talking on it or when someone else was talking, but in mute on pause, it was like buzzing my ear off.
oh wow.
Really?
So I don't know. I left all the fuses on there, which I'm not an electrical guy, but it does consume me. I love it. And they have a fuse on the negative side also, which was odd to me, but I left it on there anyways. I don't know. I need to play with it some more and see if maybe it's user error.
That sounds like an Overland forum question.
Yeah.
Something to throw out there and see if anybody else has had that issue and what they've done.
I run the
as well.
275 right now as well in my JK, and I'm having issues with my 275.
With your handheld mic, yeah.
You cannot hear on it. We've done all the stuff.
Interesting.
Could be a wiring thing. It's something that's probably gonna get looked at next week whenever we're both off and we're doing some upgrades to said vehicles in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
So
intermittent too. Like you used it the one day we went out, no problem. And then the next time it started doing it again.
She's moody.
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, my
different
275
radios
I had wired through my switch panel, but the 575 or whatever, I ran it right to the battery. So I didn't think I would have any issues, but I'm wondering if it might be the antenna. I don't know.
I mean, that's an easy place to start for sure.
Yeah.
So
Possibly.
oh.
Possibly.
Whose rig are y'all taking for the Rebel Rally?
Arla's.
Nice.
We're taking the Jeep this year.
Sweet.
So
If we survive and can afford it.
yeah. The next year.
Next year we might take over 4Runner. You never know. But
Yeah.
I'm driving this year, and she's navigating.
Yep.
And we're taking my JK, and then if we do it again, then we'll swap, and I'll navigate. She'll drive her rig, which is her 4Runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. So I watched y'all's show with Wild Mavens, and then you guys had the Rebel Rally lady on.
Yes,
right?
Emily Miller.
Okay. So the Mavens crew, they're going again, and they're switching this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're switching vehicles and driving and navigating.
Oh,
so
nice.
they're taking Lisa's Jeep. She has a
That's
JL, and she'll drive instead of navigate, and then Katie is going to navigate.
Nice.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
So what all do you have to do to your Jeep before?
Oh,
like a
really got to
laundry
focus on learning a lot more about it, making sure that we can do repairs on the trail and not use their facilities because you're just in line at that point. To get your rig worked on, and you have to impound your rig every night whenever you check in at the check-in points. So making sure everything's tight and stuff, and if there's something that breaks on, how do you do a quick fix to limp it back in or whatever? So we need that stuff that we both have to work on and focus on. Navigation is key, and then I need to learn some of the navigation as well, just in case something were to happen out on the trail. So this year's gonna be pretty busy with
repping and training,
stepping outside your comfort zone, basically.
Yeah.
Changing tires or plugging a tire or something catastrophic happens, so God willing, not. But there's a lot to do. There's lots of online classes that you take with them also to help you.
Nice.
Or some in person if you wanted to make the trip. But they
Yeah.
offer a lot of things to try to prepare you.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, a
all
few
through
weeks
the
ago they had a Zoom meeting and we got to ask questions and they kind of went through some of the basic
Mhm.
things, such as if your vehicle needs to be repaired and it's the middle of the night, one of you has to stay with your vehicle
Yep.
until it's repaired. They have a crew there that,
Mhm.
can work on things, but if you've
Yep.
been traveling for 12 hours that day and you're exhausted, you have
Oh,
to sit there
geez.
with your vehicle or work on your
Mhm.
vehicle with them. And
Mhm.
Wow.
so it's,
Every morning, Emily rings the cowbell at 5 a.m. to wake everybody up.
Mhm.
I'm not
Yeah.
a morning person. Let's just throw that out there. Uh, and so she rings the cowbell for you to get up, and you got to go meet and find out where you're going because you don't know anything until the day of for that day, period.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all top secret. And then you have to map it out. Your navigator has to map everything out, and you have to be involved in that as well as the driver, and make sure your vehicle's ready to go and load your vehicle back up because you have to set a tent every night and
Mm.
get your stuff out to sleep, and then you got to put it all back in your vehicle once it's not impounded any longer, and you only have like an
Wow.
hour window, and then you're back on the road again
Jeez.
or on the trail.
So you guys can't even run a rooftop tent then.
Mm-mm. No, they
Uh-uh.
impound the vehicle every night. So we'll be
Wow.
ground tending it. And yeah,
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
so
That's cool.
it'll be interesting.
Follow
That's insane.
along.
It'll
Yeah, oh, I
definitely
will.
test us in lots of ways, mentally,
I will.
physically, emotionally,
Yeah.
spiritually, I'm sure.
I tried to follow along on this one last year, but I didn't really know much about it.
Mhm.
I just kept seeing, I don't remember, someone kept posting about it. So I was trying to follow it, but I was late to the game. So I wasn't really understanding what I was looking at.
Mhm.
But you guys announced you're doing that. And I was like, that is so cool. Like I've heard people talk about it, but never really looked into
Mhm.
it. So that's cool that they have that for you guys, females, not guys. But yeah,
Mhm. You probably saw Oscar Mike posting it.
maybe
James
that's who
was
was
posting
posting.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Katie. That's Katie's other half, James.
Okay.
He was keeping everybody updated and doing a lot of the social media part of it.
Yeah, and they were driving a Fortune 4Runner, so I had to try to keep up. But
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
No, that was a nice rig they built off the
Mhm.
bat. And
it's real cool. She loves that thing.
yeah, the thing is about the Rebel Rally is it's the longest rally in the United States, longest as far as length of time. It's a navigation rally. It's not as much about racing and speed as it is about hitting those checkpoints and
Mhm.
making sure you can navigate properly.
Wow.
And there are obstacles and, not terrible ones, but you're supposed to be able to do it with a stock 4x4 or a cross-track kind of vehicle. So,
Mhm.
it's just basically kind of an endurance thing, more like a distance running kind of thing,
Right. Huh.
Yeah.
So,
That's cool. Well,
But
good
we'll have
luck.
our spices with us.
yeah,
Don't worry.
of course we will.
That's awesome. Small bottles or big bottles?
Small.
Yeah.
You gotta pack very strategically in this. Everything's got to be in your vehicle, and you can't
bet.
you want to be really heavy when you're going through the sand dunes.
Yeah. So what do you guys get? Just like little one-man tents, or will you guys go like a gazelle or what?
We're still researching that. We've found a few options. We were talking
Yeah.
about a gazelle at first, but they're kind of heavy. And they would have
They're
to ride
big.
outside the
They're
Jeep
big.
on the Rhino rack.
Yeah. I'm thinking of
So
something
then
maybe a
it would get
little
really
more low
dirty and
profile.
dusty, probably being up there.
Yeah.
But we've looked at a couple of things. We're just looking for something very easy setup because it's very exhausting. It's very draining.
Oh, I bet.
Every day doing this. So when you get to camp, you want to make it as simple as possible. We'll both have our air mattresses, of course, because Emily said right out of the gate, if you do anything, make sure you bring your bedding has got to be comfortable. Because if you don't get the good amount of rest, then you're gonna pay hard. You're gonna be exhausted beyond measure. So, we'll definitely have the air mattresses and the proper sleeping bag and stuff like that to make sure we're comfortable. But the tent thing, there's a lot of options out there, but we want something that's compact and light. And we're probably going to go together instead of doing separate tents.
Yeah.
Um,
We both snore, so we don't care,
Yeah. I mean, we're going to do an orchestra in our tent.
Yeah. We will.
How about it?
Light up the surrounding areas with our.
Mm-hmm. Too bad we can't have our cell phones or any electronics so I can film that because that would be super awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you have to do it without your cell phone too?
Yeah, you don't get that.
Yep. It's
No
all
electronics.
paper navigation. You don't, if you have a GPS in your vehicle, they disable it.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing.
So what about like
assistance.
camera? Like, can you guys record with like an old school camera, or is that
I'm
not allowed
hoping we
either?
can bring a camera.
Okay.
Really hoping.
Hasn't been clear yet on
Yeah,
that part,
haven't
but
really.
no communication like with the outside world
Right.
for 10
That's
days.
cool. 10
Which
days, man.
personally sounds fantastic to me, but it has its drawbacks as well.
Yeah. How's
Yeah.
Tony going to survive?
I don't really know.
Mm.
He's going to have to go through a lot of training this year as well. Because he's got to be Mr. Mom, Mr. Dad kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Man. Like 3 or 4 days is one thing, but 10 days, that's a long time.
It's a long time.
Well, that's 10 days that were dedicated to the rally.
Right.
And
It's
then
not
there's
getting
travel
there
out
and
there,
getting
travel back.
home. Yeah.
So
It's basically
we're
2
not
weeks.
sure what we're going to do yet with that. If we're going to drive out there, if we're going to ship the vehicle, fly. We
Fly.
don't know yet.
Man.
So lots of
Well, that costs
logistics to
money.
figure out. Yeah, just keep throwing money at it till it happens. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. GoFundMe account.
Yes,
Hello.
Go fund us, please.
Yeah.
Help.
Buy
me.
spices.
Yes,
Buy
buy
spices.
spices.
We get a little bit of love from that.
We get
Yeah.
some love from that.
We get a
Yep.
little love from Shop Overland Apparel. Go get our merch.
Yep.
Come on.
Get a
Let's
little
go.
love from Wildland Coffee. We're getting a little love if we, if anybody buys any of our merch and things like that. The spices.
Buy spices.
We do have a GoFundMe. Rebel Rally also offers gift certificates
Oh,
and
nice.
tips. So,
To put in your stocking for Christmas.
it's the season. So shameless plugs. Yeah.
It
So,
is
yeah,
pretty.
lots of ways to give to Lady Overlander Radio, and we would
Cool.
appreciate it.
Good deal.
So thanks for watching tonight, everybody. And thanks for being on the show, Tate. We really had a good time.
Yeah.
Hope you did too.
Absolutely.
And we look forward to hanging out with you at more. That's coming up right around the corner, not too far from now. And
Yes.
it'll be a good time. I can't wait to see those bigger bottles and the new flavor
spice.
spices coming out. Yeah.
Yes. Thanks for
Yum.
having me.
Yeah. Thanks again. And thank you for watching, everyone. Have
Merry
a great night.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Stay warm.
Yeah. We'll see you in the next year. In January, we'll be doing our next show. That will be overlanding or traveling with a firearm and the pros and cons of that. We're going to have another roundtable discussion on that. So stay tuned for that and have a great night.
See ya.
See ya.